J Francis channel. We're back again. Arsenal 2, Luton 0. Nice, easy, calm game. We're back on YouTube and we're back at the top of the table like we never left. Obviously, Liverpool are going to play tomorrow. Man City play tonight. They absolutely smashed Aston Villa. Villa had a heavily rotated team. City had a heavily rotated team. We had a heavily rotated team as well. More rotation than I was really expecting, I'm not going to lie. But we're getting into that business part of the season now. Squad management is going to be so crucial. And like I was saying on the last video, we've got so many players back. Tomiyasu starting to feature again. Zinchenko starting to feature again. Thomas Partey getting a start, which was really the piece that worried me. Reece Nelson, it was good to see him get a start, although he didn't really cover himself in too much glory today. Smith Rowe back in the fold as well, and got man of the match from TNT Sports, Emil Smith Rowe. You know what? I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. He had a couple of moments where he needs to move the ball quicker, needs to be sharper, could maybe go for goal, be a little bit braver, which has always been his problem, right? He went on loan not to develop as a footballer, but he went on loan to develop as a person, and he still seems to lack that gravitas. He still seems to lack that confidence. We all saw in the documentary, is quite quiet. Quite a shy type of character, but he needs to come out and show that on the pitch. We have other players in the league like Michael Elise, who's a very quiet character but could show it on the pitch. And Smith Rowe does need to tap into that, but I'm really, really happy to see him playing alongside someone like an Odegaard. I think those two complement each other very, very well. They play similar styles of football, pass, move, slick football, really good forward passing midfield with someone like Thomas Partey behind them, who's really, really athletic and provides that cover. Jorginho coming on late, and it was perfect, absolutely perfect. You know, we could have gone and scored 3 or 4 goals and really extended the goal difference. But I think we're not thinking about goal difference. We're just thinking at this point about winning every single game between now and the end of the season. And the rotation worked out really, really well. Like I say, I was a little bit nervous because it was a little bit more rotation than I was expecting. I'm not going to lie, but the lads pulled it out of the bag today, and it was comfortable. It was really comfortable. Of course, there's always going to be an opportunity, a breakaway, a shot at goal. This is football, right? It's not going to be a complete shutout for 90 minutes, but you know, the game generally was really, really comfortable. And the players that didn't need to play, the players didn't play more minutes than they needed to. You know, Partey played about 60 minutes, I think. Jorginho came on, Declan Rice came on, Martinelli came on, but it was comfortable, really, really comfortable. I think Trossard did fairly well, but needs to. We need more goals from him at this point in the league. You know, we know he's a fantastic goal scorer, and he needs to just show us that now. I mean, this is the time when we're going to need it more than anything. But this game was perfect. Honestly, that's the only way I can describe it. You know, we could have gone for more. We could have gone for 3s and 4s, and then we could gamble and put our defense under more pressure. But if we can just keep these games going relatively simply like that, I'll take that all day. 2-0 at home, another clean sheet for David Raya, another clean sheet at home. We've conceded 4 goals so far for all of 2024. We're a quarter of the way through the year. We've had 3 months of the 12 months in a year, and already this calendar year we've only conceded 4 goals. That's huge. You know, so that's unbelievable. You know, the centre backs have a lot to be proud of. The whole defense has a lot to be proud of as well. And I think Mikel Arteta got this one absolutely spot on. Like I say, we have Brighton on Saturday, and then we have Bayern Munich on Tuesday. So I think having those games in mind is really important that players like Martinelli get some rest. Players like Declan Rice get some rest. Bukayo Saka, we'll see what's happening with him. Lots of people making jokes and jibes about him being injured and limping off injured, but we see it was a genuine injury, and he's had to take a game out and really get himself fit. So hopefully he's back in the not too distant future. Gabby Jesus also not involved today. And like I said, this is about having all of the pieces on the board. You know, in terms of a chess match, this is about having all the pieces on the board so that we can maneuver and be flexible as much as we can, whether that is bringing Tomiyasu on for set pieces, whether that's bringing Zinchenko in to control the ball and have some really good forward passing. I thought that, you know, his passing today was really good. The last cameo he made was not very good. And this one, he seems to be getting back to his best. He just needs to focus less on the crowd antics. You know, it's a bit of an Aaron Ramsdale part 2, and just focus on playing the ball and focus on his game. But you know what? If that's what gets him engaged, as long as that's not so. With Aaron Ramsdale, it was getting involved with the crowd at the behest of himself. He would end up conceding goals. He would end up making mistakes. He would end up losing concentration. But if that's what gets Zinchenko motivated to go and, you know, put in good performances, fly into challenges and get the ball moving forwards, then so be it. But 18 minutes into the game, trying to rile up the crowd at home to Luton, it's not really the vibe. It's not really the time. We've got to read the game and read the room a little bit better than that, I think. But that's a really, really small nitpick. He didn't do anything wrong today, so I don't want to get onto him. David Raya looking very comfortable. Again, growing into the team more and more. We saw it, when he first came into the team, a little bit shaky. There was conversations about him and Aaron Ramsdale. I think those, obviously, we've seen Aaron Ramsdale make big howlers coming into 2024, but I think those conversations are largely being put to bed slowly and slowly and slowly. By the end of the season, I don't think there'll be many people that are complaining if Aaron Ramsdale goes and going into next season, David Raya's our number one, which looks like it's most likely to happen. And like I say, Smith Rowe, the season before last, when Xhaka was here, still he was the top goal scorer in midfielder. I think he was the top goal scorer for the whole season. He was just on fire, scoring for fun. We know what he can do. He's a very Aaron Ramsey-esque type of player. That's the person I probably compare him to the most. He's athletic. He gets up and down the pitch. He's not bad defensively, to be honest with you. For somebody who's quite a slender build and you think of him more as an athletic type of player, he's not a bad box-to-box player at all. We're more than happy to get involved defensively and get himself involved in challenges and then get up the pitch very similarly to someone like an Ødegaard, although Ødegaard is not the cleanest tackler, and also very similar to someone like Kai Havertz, I think, where the body language doesn't always look great, but they are very effective. And I do think Smith Rowe is in that type of Kai Havertz, maybe Aaron Ramsey type of mould, popping up on the edge of the box and getting himself goals. And he was doing it again today. He didn't get a goal or an assist because he won the ball back for the first goal, plays it to Ødegaard. Ødegaard plays a 1-2 with Havertz. Ødegaard gets the goal. And then for the second goal, he is involved, driving the ball to the byline, cutting it across and just putting it into a danger area. And Reece Nelson almost gets the goal. It ends up being an own goal and coming off the defender. But, listen, it doesn't matter. It's all arithmetic at the end of the day. We got the win 2-0. Like I say, very clean game. And Luton are a solid side. There were lots of people saying this could be a bogey team for us. We're playing Brighton on Saturday. That's a team that other people are still saying that could be a bogey team. People are saying Bayern could be a bogey team. But we have all of these demons, from previous games. Luton, we got past them in the first game, but it was really, really tough. Bayern, obviously, we know the history of them. Brighton, we know the history of them recently. But we've had bogey teams. We played City twice. We played Liverpool twice. And this is the value of winning those games or even drawing those games, is that those teams that are normally bogey teams for us, that are normally things that we panic about and worry about and we play the occasion, we can put that to bed. We've got Man United at Old Trafford. I fully expect us to go there and win because I think this team is not going to play the occasion. It's not the team of old where that's going to really get into their heads. And that's what this performance signifies to me. It's not a 5-6-7-0 really flattering like it was towards the end of last year or earlier on in the season. It's not one of those performances, but it's just a mature performance. I would take a 2-0 and safe win. In years gone by, even with this team, last season, it's like if we were 2-0 up, our defense was shaky. And so I would want us to go for 4, 5, 6 to give us a cushion. Now, if we're 2-0 up and we take our foot off the gas a little bit, provided we're not playing one of the big six, I'm relatively confident that the other team's not going to come back into it. We concede so few chances, and of the chances we do concede, we concede so few goals that it really doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because obviously it does matter, but we don't need the 5-0. The 5-0 would be great. It would galvanise the team. It gives us good momentum, but we're on good momentum. In the last 10 games, we've drawn to Manchester City and we've won the other 9. People talk about Man City going on runs at the end of the season. Can we go on a run? We're on a run. We're on a run right now. In the last 10 games, we've drawn to City at the Etihad, and then the others we've won. We're unbeaten in 10. And we've got 9 games left of the season, I think, so of the Premier League season. So we're on our run right now. I believe we're on our Man City run right now. And yes, we may look at Liverpool to drop points, but we have to forget about Liverpool and focus on what we're doing, whether it's Champions League, Premier League. Keep grinding out these results, and I believe it will happen. I really, really do believe it will happen. And the moment Liverpool drop points, we will be there. We'll be there waiting. Man City looked sensational tonight. Phil Foden got a hat-trick. He's an unbelievable player, but it doesn't matter because we're already ahead of them. We're looking at Liverpool, and if we continue to do what we're going to do and we don't drop any points, whatever City do is irrelevant. We're trying to put pressure on Liverpool, and it's so important we don't allow City to put pressure on us. We have to be the ones applying that pressure. We've been the people at the front getting chased and hunted down already, and it didn't work for us. Now we want to be the chasing. We want to be the chaser. We want to be hunting down Liverpool, putting pressure on them, have them overthinking when they go into Sheffield United game tomorrow. And that's our role at this point. And I really do believe this season is big trophies for Arsenal.